we'll probably have to use 25, maybe 30 of the lemon drop. And we're going to have to make a few other adaptations to that. We'll still use our sugar, apple cider vinegar, carrots is a big part of it. We will change and use a yellow bell pepper to keep that yellow color. Hopefully the carrots aren't going to throw it off too much, because we really want to capture the yellow color. And the orange color of the habanero is great, but it's great to have a little bit something different. So what we have to start out doing.
Hello everyone. We're here with another episode of our channel, My Friend Bob. In the last couple of weeks, we've been discussing whatever we have grown, how to bring them inside and what to do with it. It's fall already. Leaves are falling. Our chili peppers are doing well. But what we need to do is, we cannot eat all of these chili peppers in the next few weeks, or even put in the fridge, it would not work. So what we're calling this one, and there's a whole playlist, it's in the description, few episodes about from germination to preservation. So we germinated, you saw that all summer long, from like we started the seeds, so some plants we bought, but then we planted them outside. You saw them in our videos, we went through all that process. Now the fruit is ready, even though we've been picking a lot of these peppers, but you cannot consume all of them. What are we about to do today? So if you've seen the last two videos, I was the one who had some idea what to do with it. In the last two episodes, you saw me doing from a pepper, we picked one and we took it to the part of some kind of a preservation that it would be used for months, or actually so you have to go and see what we did. But some of them could be used for weeks, some of them could be used for months, and some could be used for years. So whatever we did in the last couple of weeks, it's months and years. Whatever we are about to do today, before I get into that, we have Bob over today. Actually, he's not over, but he's about to be here. He makes an excellent habanero jelly. Habanero is a super spicy chili pepper, around 500,000 on the hotter side, on an SHU scale. I asked Bob, let's experiment. So what we're about to do, he's about to experiment something for us only. We're about to do it with lemon drop. Lemon drop is around that 50,000 SHU, so far less spicy. So I'll start picking peppers, but before I pick, if you see these plants behind me, and I've said that in a previous video also, that you can overwinter chili peppers. These two plants you're looking behind me have been overwintered. These are from last year. I do have more lemon drop, which I started this year, which is in one of the raised gardens. I'll start picking these, and once Bob comes, and if he thinks we need more, we can go and pick more. So let's pick some of these. As I keep on picking these, as I promised in one of the videos and in the last couple of weeks, that I'll show you how to overwinter chili peppers. It's just such an exciting process, because look at this plant. There are so many peppers that it's upside down. Even trying to tie it and everything, it's falling over. There are still a lot of green ones also. Okay, so I have picked like these many. I'm inside already. Bob is here. You saw the chili peppers we picked. I mentioned to you earlier that Bob makes that with habanero. We're doing with a different pepper today. If you want the real recipe, go to our website, link below, and you can find Bob's real recipe. Bob.
Thank you for having me back here again. It's mid-September. The gardens are starting to wind up a little, though we got a good part of road to go yet. We started harvesting some of the lemon drop peppers. We've done the habanero. Habanero is a bright orange pepper, a lot of heat. Lemon drops are bright yellow, a little bit fruitier taste, almost citrusy.
So as I already said, the spice level of these two is very different. We're talking about something which is 50,000 compared to when Bob uses habanero, which is 500,000
Scoville units.
Yes. The difference is, I think he uses a handful of habanero compared to he's about to use a lot of lemon drop. So let's check it out. So Bob, we are replacing something 50,000 to 500,000. What's the thought behind it?
Well, we're going to have to adjust. Again, we're going to experiment with this a little bit. We're going to have to use, where I use maybe 15 or so of the habaneros, we'll probably have to use 25, maybe 30 of the lemon drop. And we're going to have to make a few other adaptations to that. We'll still use our sugar, apple cider vinegar, carrots is a big part of it. We will change and use a yellow bell pepper to keep that yellow color. Hopefully the carrots aren't going to throw it off too much, because we really want to capture the yellow color. And the orange color of the habanero is great, but it's great to have a little bit something different. So what we have to start out doing, we use 6.5 cups granulated sugar, just regular sugar, and it's pretty much a 5-pound bag, the better part of a 5-pound bag. So put that in there. You can see it's quite a bit of sugar.
But Bob, now is sugar making it thick or something else?
It will help thicken it up a little bit, and it adds the sweetness to it. Cuts down when the sweetness cuts down on the heat of the pepper. So it'll be interesting to see exactly how hot these are. The next thing we're going to do, we have 1.5 cups of apple cider vinegar, and it just dumps right in. Stir it up. Now what we're going to do with this, so just a little. All right, like that. Now we're just going to keep that over the fire, the flame. As we get into the next steps, a couple things as you're working with the peppers, especially the habanero, they're hot. You want to use some gloves. With the habanero, you may even want to think of using some protective eye gear. If you make a mistake and touch your eye or anything, you'll know, and you won't like it, or any other spot on your body. Okay, we're going to let this heat up a little bit, and it'll dissolve. As we do that, we're going to start getting our other things together. First, these have been peeled already. All right, I've sliced up some carrots. We're going to mince those, cut those up a little bit. We need 1 cup of the shredded carrot.
As Bob is doing this in the kitchen, you can start smelling the vinegar cooking a bit.
Yeah.
For our videos, when we do in the kitchen, we do not use our exhaust. The reason being, then it'll be noisy for you guys. So the kitchen does become a bit overwhelming whenever we are cooking in the kitchen.
Especially as you get the hot peppers in there. The habaneros, again, you can feel it in your eyes, I think. So we're over 1 cup, but I think that's a good thing, a little bit over. But since we're changing it a little bit,
and I think, Bob, you mentioned red compared to yellow. You're doing this more for color than sweetness.
And sweetness too.
And
it does help take that heat out a little bit. Try to get the ribbing out of there a little bit, especially with the hot peppers. That has a lot of heat in it.
So you've seen Bob being an excellent gardener. You've never seen him in the kitchen. There you go.
A little bit more cut up than we want, but still, again, looking good. Now we needed just 1/2 cup. But again, I think if we go a little bit more, it's not going to be bad. All right. Okay, we've got our carrot set to go. We needed 1 cup. It's a little over, but that's fine. Our yellow bell pepper, replacing our red bell pepper, 1/2 cup. And again, a little over, but that's fine. I want you to take a look. This is what our vinegar, sugar has come down to. Melted down very nicely. That's just about what you want it. It's boiling a little. And one thing I want to stress, you're working with hot liquids. You're working with the hot pepper. Be very careful. You're going to handling hot jars. So use extreme caution when making this. And now we're going to just take this we're going to go over and start cutting up these lemon drops. May take just a little time. Okay. Okay, you want to open it up. You want to get the seeds out and that ribbing, if possible. You don't have to get all of them out, but again, that ribbing has a lot more heat than you would think. So here we go. That's it. Again, cut it off.
Or if you go to the bathroom, make
Be
sure
careful too. Yeah.
Wash your hands.
Even that doesn't help sometimes. Try to go to the bathroom before.
So now you know. Go bathroom before. If you have to, just don't go. Or if you need to, just wear a diaper before this.
The recipe called for 15 habanero. Again, these are a little bit smaller and not as not as much heat. That looks fine. I'm going to bring it right over.
Wow. Oh, it smells wonderful.
Okay, just be careful. Again, that heat. Yeah, it's got a little bit of heat to it. Okay, so we're going to get back to our vinegar and sugar. You want it boiling a little bit. So I'm going to turn the heat up a little bit again. It's at a nice boil. Now we're going to kick it back to medium. And we're going to add our yellow bell. Again, careful putting it in there. You don't want any splashback coming. You're working with hot stuff, pepper-wise and stove-wise. And here goes our carrot.
So I'm standing next to where Bob chopped the peppers. Oh, the smell is wonderful. So we started a 5-minute timer. It's a bit over a minute. So let's go and see what's cooking on the stove.
You got a little boil. That's the the yellow pepper, the carrots, the sugar, the vinegar. You let that simmer for 5 minutes. And now we're going to add in the lemon drop. We went with, like I say, around 35 of the lemon drop. Hopefully that's enough. Looks very nice. We're going to put it in. Again, hot liquids, wash for any splashback. And be careful now that you're putting in the hot peppers, the fumes from that could be a little irritating.
So Bob, this must be a time when we should have had our exhaust on?
Exhaust would have been a good idea. Unfortunately, today it would have made a little noisy in here. But okay, put that in. And stir it up. I'm going to turn it up just a little bit, get it back to a boil. Now we need this for 5 minutes. Now the next step, I turn up the heat just a little bit more. So it's a nice boil. You can see there's some seeds in there, but not too bad. You know, I want to keep that in because I think we'll need it just to kick this heat back up again. Now we're going to put in the pectin. The pectin is a thickener. Pectin's made from stone fruits like peaches, apricots, and it's very important. One important thing, very important thing with pectin, when you buy it, it comes with a expiration date. Do not use old pectin.
Bob, something I'm learning right now, the way I've known pectin, I've bought it, like just gelatin, which is solid.
Yes.
So this is liquid.
I prefer using the liquid. I don't know why. I don't know if it makes a big difference. But to me, I just always like using the liquid. Turn it down just a little. You're using 2 packs.
How much are these 2 packs?
They're 3 ounces each.
Okay.
Oh, darn it.
How long will we cook once the pectin's
Just a minute. It only takes you just do it a minute just to let it get mixed in there with all the other good stuff. Perfect.
And I do understand the pectin does not set up right away. So what's the rule around that?
It takes about 3 to 4 hours really to set up. So unfortunately, we won't be able to test it right away.
Because you can test the flavor though.
I think we can.
But we cannot test the jelliness of it.
No. You let that boil a little bit. Sometimes you get foam setting up on the top there. I don't see really too much here. You'd want to pull that off with a ladle, something like that. But this really doesn't look too bad. Okay, bringing it to a boil. Just a minute, we should be almost there. Then we can start filling the jars.
Now,
Right?
Bob, there are rules about jars.
Definitely.
And somebody who's doing it for the first time, they might not realize. Can you help us understand?
I can. I'm going to turn this off. I think we're good. It's hot enough anyway. These are half pint jars. I like using that for the jelly. I don't know if I have enough, so I have 1 pint jar if we need it. These have been sterilized already. And what you have to do, you put them in boiling water, lids and tops, and you want to fill them to about 1 inch over the top. And you let them boil. You boil them for 5-10 minutes, and that sterilizes them. Again, be very careful with handling them. And the glass is hot. But like I say, these were done already, so we'll speed up a little bit.
So, Bob, can't I just put it in the dishwasher? Wouldn't that do it?
Not really. No, you really want to do it the right way. Put it in the pot, boiling water, and let it go. The dishwasher, it's fine for eating, but not for canning. You know, you really want that stuff very clean. I want to do it holding it, but well, I'm kind of liking the color.
Oh, the color is beautiful, actually. The yellows did come out. It's a bit orange, but I think it still looks very nice.
Yeah, definitely different from the other. You fill it to about 1/4 inch at the top. I'm going to drip it all over. I should have
That's fine.
put that over. But yeah, right away, there's the habanero color, and there's the lemon drop. I think we're hitting it pretty close to what we wanted. Actually, isn't there yellow carrots?
They are.
So next time, we could try the yellow carrots. All right, we're getting down to the end, the final end of this. As you can see, we've got 8 nice jars of the lemon drop pepper. And these are half pint jars, again, canning jars. Again, you see that compared to the habanero. Nice little color change. I think these are going to set up well. So one thing I always look for is the mix. The material is mixed in there. Sometimes you'll get all the pepper and stuff at the top, but this is a nice suspension in there. Now we're coming down to the end. What we want to do is clean everything from around the top and around the edges. Then you want to make sure that is on tight. Again, be careful. You're working with glass and with hot liquid. You want that on good and tight.
So you can take a steam bath in this kitchen today.
Yeah.
So, Bob, where are we?
We've had our processing. They've been in a boiling water for about 10 minutes. We're going to start bringing them out. Now, there is a tool to bring them out, which I forgot. But we're going to try to just carefully to get them out.
Was it Bon Jovi who sang the song We Halfway There?
Well, halfway of getting them all out.
No, but I'm talking about a song which when you said
yeah.
halfway there.
Yeah.
It was Bon Jovi, right?
Yes.
So we started from these peppers. This is the color we found, and as Bob was showing you,
That's the habanero.
habanero. Surely this has a bit of red in it. Bob, could have been with the carrots if you would have used a yellow carrot.
Yellow carrot. I think that would bring it a little more yellow. From the little bit I had on my glove, the heat taste sounds pretty good.
Oh, well, one already clicked.
One popped. So that's a good thing.
So these things are working. What I typically used to do was, oh, this one is closed. This,
Yeah.
oh, wow, it seems like all are closed. Check.
Okay. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. What are they? So now really we just have to let it cool down and we're done. Except for the cleanup. So it was a good thing. We experimented a little bit. I really do think it turned out well. Still very hot. It's a good thing in the garden to experiment a little bit. You don't want to go too much because the jelly is easy to lose which isn't a bad thing because then you end up with a glaze rather than a jelly, which can be used in a lot of different methods. But I think it was a good project.
Thank you for watching our channel, my friend Bob. Today we have Bob helping us to teach us something which is different than gardening, which is cooking. Another way of preserving something. So we can learn from each other. Do watch our channel. Do like and subscribe. And let's be thankful to Bob.
Well, thank you all for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. And I wish you were here. You can enjoy some of this now. Unfortunately, we can't sample it. We got to let it cool down a little bit. But by tonight, it should be ready. I thank you for letting me make it here. My wife will be very happy. She doesn't have to deal with the jelly smell.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Everybody be well.
We'll see you next week.